Let's get a check on that weather, your full weather forecast. Dan, I said it before the break, but it's only a few of these left.
Yeah, a few days left to get dumb jokes dropped on you from me. So here's one for you. I read the original draft of Steinbeck's book, and it was that boat was originally called the Western Floater, but didn't sound as cool, so they changed it to Western Flyer.
All right.
That's not true, but a dumb joke.
I didn't think so, but I was like, maybe?
The Western Floater. Just floats. It's a boat. How about July? Let's talk about that. That's a topic that's different than the one we're talking about currently. And we'll save Maxwell from his consternation over there. Tomorrow is the beginning of July, and that's exciting for a lot of people because then after tomorrow they won't have to deal with me anymore. But we get one day of July with me, and let's talk about our July weather here on the Central Coast. This is a look at our averages that include our highs, lows, and typical precipitation. You can see for cities like Salinas, Santa Cruz, Watsonville, we're typically in the low 70s. Monterey typically in the upper 60s for highs, and inland valleys typically in the 80s, with nights mostly in the low to mid 50s for all locations. July typically the driest month for us. We don't really see any storm systems come in. Occasionally we get some tropical moisture, and more often than not, if we get any precipitation, it's from drizzle. So tomorrow, obviously, the beginning of the new rain year. We'll have some data. I'm hoping to have some data for you tomorrow to recap our 2024-2025 rain year. And I understand a lot of people point out that the official water year through NOAA and compared to everywhere else around the country is from October 1st to September 30th. But I like to split up our rain seasons in the driest month, and that is between June and July. So we'll talk about some rainfall totals. There's some gaps in the data I'm still trying to fill. So I don't want to promise it to you, but I'm really going to try to get it for you tomorrow night. So there you go. Typically no precipitation during the month of July. Now we've got some thunderstorms off to the north of us, but not here locally. Things are pretty quiet. You might have some drizzle out there. We've had some the last couple of nights. Might be a little bit out there tonight as well into tomorrow morning. So something to keep in mind. Here are some highs from today. Arroyo Seco was our hot spot at 100 degrees. Hollister 87, 71 in Monterey, actually one of the warmer spots around the bay with upper 60s for most other locations. City-wise, if you're right on the coast, it was a little bit cooler with that onshore breeze. The water temp has come up a couple of degrees in the last couple of days due to those lighter winds. We had wind a couple weeks ago, really cooled our water temps down. We were down into like 53 degrees. We're back up closer to 55. It should go up another degree or two by midweek before the winds kick back in. Now, we'll talk about why that's going to happen in a moment. We've got high pressure over the Four Corners, another high out over the Pacific, but this troublesome but fairly weak upper level low is going to be directing our weather here for the next couple of days. It's really kind of stuck over us. We've seen moisture being drawn around it, and with that, we've had some showers and thunderstorms. Probably some lightning. Well, we had lightning across Northern California. Would not be shocked to see some new fire starts up there over the next couple of days just due to that. Now, this low, believe it or not, temperatures aloft are still fairly warm with it. So even with the low overhead, our inland highs are going to be seasonable to slightly warmer than normal for this time of year. So typically when we have low pressure aloft, we cool down quite a bit inland, but this isn't really all that cold of a low. So it's just cooler than the big ridges on either side of it, okay? Now, as we move into Wednesday and Thursday, it's going to start to move to the east. And look at this. This is monsoonal moisture. The monsoon finally kicking in across the desert southwest. The low will move out, and we're going to get some west to east flow going on across the region. So start to move things again. We're not in that blocked up weather pattern. That movement is going to get the winds going again. Now, it's not going to bring any weather systems for us. They're going to stay way far to the north, but they'll at least get the winds cooking here for the next couple of days. So into the weekend, expect the winds to increase. Might get even a little windy on the coast at times. It's just been a little breezy for the last couple of days. And that's really all you can expect. We're not going to see a lot of temperature fluctuations over the next several days, maybe a little bit warmer on the coast toward the end of the week. Inland areas just staying a little warm for this time of year. In the meantime, overnight tonight, patchy low clouds, fog, drizzle, all of your favorite varieties of summertime weather. And then, yeah, when we go to the afternoon, similar story, like partly cloudy skies on the coast. We get some partial clearing, and then in the afternoon, we'll get that push of clouds back onto the east shore of the bay. So partly cloudy on the coast, mostly sunny inland. Don't be surprised if you see a couple of puffy clouds over the hills tomorrow. With that low passing by tomorrow into Wednesday, we'll probably see some mid-level clouds. The model is showing a couple little blips. You see a little blip up there? So that's offshore. We'll keep an eye on things, but I don't expect any weather over us during that period. Temperatures tomorrow, 70 in Santa Cruz, So a little cool for this time of year. 80s to maybe even 90 up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. We still have some heat there. On the east shore of the bay, mostly 60s, 70 in Salinas tomorrow, 90 in Gilroy. That's where you want to go to find the heat. 96 in Morgan Hill, good gravy. On over to the Monterey Peninsula, temps in the low to mid 60s for the most part. Another reasonable day in Monterey, but right out to the points, cooler, foggier. Yeah. On down south, we'll see a big spread as well. Gonzales 78 to that 100 in Bradley. That'll be a fun ride up your temperature thermometer. That's what those are. That's what they measure. And then even Carmel Valley kind of tells you tomorrow 83 degrees. 7-day forecast for coast. Slight warm up. Dancing firework on Friday. That's a safe and sane one, not an unsafe and insane one, which are the bad ones as I understand. And Saturday, looking pretty seasonable as well. In inland areas, you know, just a little on the warm side. So pretty quiet forecast. The things we're watching for is that increase in winds and, you know, this weird low moving over us. Will it do anything interesting? Probably not, but it did today, just not over us. Max?
That's interesting. We'll
Yeah.
take it in.